It's time to break down the biggest stories of the day. This is the top 3 stories of the day on KSLSports.com. On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jacob Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott, Ben Anderson. It's time for the top 3 stories of the day at KSLSports.com. It's brought to you by J. Brooks Jewelers. Cherish your love with J. Brooks Jewelers. Explore their expertly crafted engagement rings made from the finest materials. J. Brooks Jewelers. All right, Christian, where do you want to start today?
Number one, you guys tell me how much you think this is actually going to matter. But the WNBA posted a video last night and has since deleted it of Paige Beckers and Angel Reese making a bet on their game last night. And here is that audio.
At All-Star Weekend, you and Angel made a bet with each other on this game. Is that bet still?
This is how the rich stay rich. You gotta save this money. I'm gonna see you next week on Wednesday.
Yeah.
At night?
No, at practice.
Oh, at practice? I mean, I know y'all gonna lose, but if y'all lose, I get to have that. If y'all win, you get 400. And if we lose, then you get to keep. No, you owe me 400. Bet. I'm saying my man.
So the WNBA posted a video of them talking about betting on,
And there's money.
and there was money involved, and this was born out of the All-Star game, correct? My question is, well, 2 things. One, everyone knows about the planes. Everybody knows about, and what I mean is, like, they're just playing cards on every plane. And I mean, I'm talking about the NBA. I haven't covered the WNBA, but if they're doing it in the NBA with their per diem, why wouldn't they be doing it in the WNBA with their per diem? They're passing the time. They're super competitive people. Everyone likes money. This money is literally delivered to you in cash. They don't Venmo it to you, so you're sitting on the plane for these long trips. You probably want to play. We all know this has happened. So that's one thing. I don't know why people are up in arms about it now. But the second thing would be, why would the WNBA post this? How stupid are you? We all know this happens on NBA planes. You don't see the Utah Jazz posting photos of Jaren Jackson Jr. playing against Yusuf Nurkic on the plane, or whoever plays. I don't know who plays, but somebody's playing. Mm-hmm. So why would the WNBA post this? How stupid do you have to be?
Well, one, this and playing Boo-Ray on planes are unrelated. One is not related to the other in the slightest. The rule is you cannot bet on basketball, specifically a game you are playing in, period, end of story. They're not playing Boo-Ray on the plane.
They are not on the plane.
The rule isn't you can't play Boo-Ray on the plane. The rule is, Ben, you can't bet on the game.
Correct.
So I'm not buying.
Legally, you probably can't be playing on the plane either.
But I don't know.
Cash games? No, you can't be holding your old cash games.
I don't know. Is it like if you're in the air, the rules are the same like you're at sea?
Not at all.
International airs.
Yeah.
No, it's not a thing. You have to get out of space before that applies. I don't think you're flying that high.
But what if you're flying over Nevada?
Yeah, then maybe then.
I don't think that's how the law
It's
works.
like goaltending. There's an infinite line that goes up on the boundary of the rim or the state line that imagine as long as you're over that territory, you can gamble, sure. Regardless.
You cannot buy mini bottles in Utah, but you can buy mini bottles on a plane flying over Utah. So I don't know if I really buy into what you're saying there. So that it would be illegal. I honestly have no idea
I don't know
how that works. But this is not that.
Federal regulation.
This is not that at all. This is betting on a game that they're playing in. So
Angel Reese won, by the way.
But to minimize the infraction is honestly frustrating to me. To minimize the infraction by saying, "Oh, it's just gambling. These are adults who gamble all the time," frustrates me because that's not what happened. What happened is the rule was broken. I don't care if they're betting money with each other on the game of war. Makes no difference to me. You cannot bet on a game you're playing in. You cannot bet on basketball. That is the rule. Now to your second point of why the WNBA would tweet out about it. And the answer is because they are the worst run league in sports. They are so awful and so terrible at their entire existence. It's amazing that they still exist. Amazing. You own gold. Gambling is the hottest topic in sports right now. It is the focal point of sports. To own goal yourself by tweeting out a video of two of your star players breaking the rule that everybody is talking about is so hilariously bad. It's almost like somebody wrote it, and we're going to see a Netflix comedy about this someday, like some flighty social media person that accidentally sank an entire basketball league because, I don't know, they weren't paying attention or they didn't know the rules or whatever it is. Outrageous.
Can I make a prediction? I bet the WNBA ends up going back and enforcing some rule here. I bet you they end up going back.
That's not the news today. Today says they're not punishing anybody.
Well, would be the first time anyone's ever changed their mind after coming out with the decision. Like, I don't care that ESPN said that today. I bet you the pressure for exactly what you're talking about, because yes, if you Google or Twitter search Paige Beckers or Angel Reese, everyone's like, how is this any different than Sorsby? How is this any different than Pete Rose? I won't be surprised if the WNBA starts to feel some pressure of this, hoping they could get away with just deleting a tweet. And the fact that, as we learned in the social network, the internet's written in ink, all this stuff sticks around. If they go back and say, hey, we actually do have to do something about this.
It would not shock me if some idiot PR person came up with the idea that says, hey, you know what would make a good video is if these two guys bet a couple $100 on the game, and then we can put it out there. Imagine how dumb
you have to be an idiot.
You have to be so dumb.
Yeah.
Ben, I've had to, when I worked for the Millers, I had to sit through that gambling thing every year. Angie did too, I'm sure. You have to sit through that thing where Sam Harkness stands up there, the attorney for the Jazz at the time, and gives an hour presentation entirely on this subject. Can you imagine if you worked for the league?
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
Let alone had control of their social media. You work for the league.
And this is only gaining momentum even as we speak. Like every couple of minutes there's a tweet coming out about it. Honestly, I won't be surprised if the WNBA comes out and says, you know what, this is a rule. We want to make sure we nip this in the bud now, and we're going to do it.
Well, Adam Silver already had to step in once with the commissioner.
Well, Kathy Engelbert stinks. She is the worst commissioner in sports. And
just dreadful.
If she's deferring to Adam Silver, who might be the other worst commissioner in sports right now, that's a really bad sign.
Oh, she didn't defer to him. He had to step in. Yeah. And he is her boss.
Yeah.
The NBA owns the WNBA. He is her boss, and he had to step in because you can't have throat punches. And the refs turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
How do they even exist? They have, you know what? They're
the
like
WNBA?
They're like Larry Scott with the dang tennis league. You know, a complete buffoon that accidentally got some marketable players and accidentally is doing much better than it ever has.
Yeah. No, the product is good because the quality of the players is good right now. The people running it have not caught up to the quality of the player.
Just awful.
Yeah, it stinks.
But
Engelbert's going to be out soon. Somebody will step in and take that job.
Who would the NBA? I mean, it would be like if who would be the NBA equivalent of? It'd be honestly like if Draymond Green and Steph Curry did that.
We're betting on this game.
We're betting on an All-Star game, and the NBA put out.
Yeah, I mean, Paige Beckers legitimately might be the best player in the league.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Steph Curry and Draymond Green, kind of a star, but not the best player. Angel Reese.
Yeah. Joel Embiid and
hey,
Luka
we've got
Doncic.
$400 on the game.
Shea, Paige Beckers is Shea. Yeah,
and the NBA said it out.
Best player in the league. It was like, cool. Let's tweet that out. These guys betting on it. Yeah, you're right. I won't. Again, I know ESPN today said the WNBA won't punish them. We'll see.
But this is
the WNBA didn't say they won't punish them. ESPN said they won't punish them.
But the point is not hating on the two for gambling. They can do whatever they want with their money. I could not care any less. Actually, that's not true. I do care that they do not bet on. You should not be gambling on basketball.
Yep.
But if you want to play tiddlywinks on the plane, knock yourself right out. I don't care. Did you ever play that game?
No, I've heard of tiddlywinks.
With the little winks and you flip them? No?
I don't think so. Christian, tiddlywinks?
I thought he made that word up.
I'm really worried. I'm fearful of even Googling that at work. So
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
dude,
wait.
it's a kid's game. You can look it up.
I know. I don't know how to spell it, and thus I'm not going to do it.
It's in my kid's Berenstein Bears book.
Sure. Berenstain Bears.
Whatever. A lot of good lessons in those books. Next.
Number 2, BYU legend Taysom Hill posted on social media yesterday his farewell to the New Orleans Saints.
This was kind of weird to me
Why?
because the New Orleans Saints posted it.
You know the team he played for a long time? What, that they posted it and not Taysom himself?
That this is clearly not like an amiable divorce. Something's weird. Like, they're not going to pay him what he wants, so he's leaving. When that happens, the Jazz didn't post Walker Kessler's Player Tribune article or Gordon Hayward's Player Tribune article when he left, being like, "Woof, how did we get here? What a run." Well, why did they post this?
No, I don't know. The Saints are owned by the Bensons. They're terrible.
Poorly run.
They're
Yeah, they're
terrible.
also extremely poorly run.
Taysom Hill, here's how I will remember Taysom Hill's pro career, and this is going to sound really insulting, but I actually mean it as a compliment. It lasted way longer than it should have. And if he might
What do you
play,
mean should
he
have?
might as well play again, or he might well play again. He took well, how long has he been in the league now? 10 years? Longer?
At least, yeah.
9? He took a way unconventional path to stay in the NFL
Yes,
for
he
9
did.
years. He was a quarterback trying to make it as a quarterback coming out of BYU, and he wasn't good enough at that position, solely at that position, to be an NFL player. So instead of washing out of the league like Tim Tebow or remember Eric Crouch, of course Christian does it, but the old Nebraska quarterback coming out was just electric. Everybody's like, dude, you should play safety or something. He's like, I am a quarterback. And then didn't even make it a year, I don't think, in the
Right.
league. Taysom Hill said, I'll play some special teams. Sure. You want me to run on kickoff team and smash somebody's face in? Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. And then, you get your footing with the team and you say, I can play a little wildcat. I can do special teams. I can wrong foot the other team because I can pass a little bit, or not a little bit. He had a great arm. His accuracy just wasn't great.
He's
But it
just a
was
freak
good-
athlete, yeah.
But it was good enough to wrong foot the other team when he's run it 7 times in a row when he's been on the field, and then all of a sudden he hits somebody on a deep route, He made a hell of a career out of doing that.
Yeah.
And I think is an example to players out there where, hey, be adaptable to the circumstance. Like if you've ever heard Christian Cox's story on how he ended up eventually on the Patriots, it was basically just saying yes to coaches when they're like, hey, what do you think about D-line? It's like, sure.
Great. Love that idea.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, whatever I can do for you. I think that part of the story is great because based on his ability at quarterback, he probably shouldn't have made it in the NFL.
Correct. I agree with that. But he was smart enough to not say, I have to be a quarterback. He wasn't stubborn
But he remained a quarterback, which is kind of funny. He even had it
for
built.
a couple of years.
I mean, his whole career he's been a quarterback.
No, he hasn't.
He does other things, but yes,
he almost exclusively does other things.
like what?
Special teams. He's been a tight end for a lot of his career. Taysom's not been a quarterback for the Saints.
He's been a quarterback the whole time. I don't think he's ever been a tight end. He's been a basically wildcat quarterback for his
He's
entire
done some
career.
of that, but yeah, he's not dropping back and
He even
throwing a
had
whole lot of passes.
He even had his pay scale set up for how much time he spent at quarterback,
Correct.
adjusted how much he was paid.
He did.
He was a wildcat quarterback. That was his position. That still is his position.
He's done more as a pass catcher than ball thrower.
Oh, that's entirely not true. He spent the whole swaths of the season starting at quarterback for the Saints.
He's been listed the last 2 years on every roster as a tight end. Not that we need to get arguing about the minutia of this.
No.
But no, I mean, he hasn't been a quarterback since his first 2 years in New Orleans, right?
Oh, he played longer than that.
I mean, his first 2 years in New Orleans. He was kind of only a quarterback, and then he shifted and was doing, again, all the special team stuff, was blocking kicks. That was why everyone started talking about him as this gadget player and how interesting he was there. Regardless, neither here nor there. Yeah, where I would push back is that, he's been in the NFL longer than he should have been. No, he's done exactly what he should have been doing. He was a great college quarterback because he was the best athlete on the field. And then, like Antoine Randall or whoever else has done this kind of similar pathway, recognizes that if he wanted to make money, he shouldn't be stubborn. And he wasn't stubborn, so he left. Or he changed what he did. And that's where Taysom Hill has been successful. But yeah, I thought this was very weird from the Saints to want to. I think it's nice to publish his comments, though it certainly kind of seems like, as we were talking about with Witt in the first segment, they're kind of telling him to move on, that they're done with him. So I thought that was weird.
Next.
Number 3. Sounds like LeBron James will be teaming up with ESPN for Le Last Dance.
A Last Dance style documentary, Ben. Everybody has been saying, oh, it's going to be a Netflix doc. Incorrect. ESPN will be at the helm. Or will at least air it. LeBron's own people are probably making it, I would guess. That's basically what Michael Jordan's was.
Yeah, I would imagine he gets a huge cut of it and gets production credits and, gets points on it, and then ESPN will air it, which, it's fine. I'm sure it just went to the highest bidder.
Yeah, probably did, but it does confirm that it's going to happen. And I think it's going to be a disaster because I don't think that they're going to win the title. So the question to me is, does he do what Michael did and sit on it for 20 years because he doesn't want to release it? Or does he run right in and release it?
I don't think LeBron is comfortable stepping out of the spotlight long enough to allow 4 or 5 years, or Michael Jordan's case, 20 years.
So we're gonna watch Le Doc like next year.
The day he retires, the Le Doc will start to come out. Yeah, no question about it. It's going to be an 8-part series. It's going to fill an entire summer the same way he just filled this entire summer with LeBron James free agency. And then he will move on to team ownership or whatever he's trying to do next. But, yeah, I do not expect
that. If he is trying to accomplish something like Michael Jordan, that's a terrible idea. What made Michael's doc truly magic?
That COVID was going on and there was nothing else to watch?
No. Which
I do think that was a huge part of it. I think that was enormously
No, but why was it appealing? Because it was nostalgia. It was you and I looking back into the 90s saying, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that series. Oh, the glove. And then you see, them in today's talking about the throwback to it all, right? If he releases the Le Doc next year, it'd be like, what?
Yeah, exactly right.
That just happened.
It's what we're talking about with the live-action Moana.
Yeah, there's no nostalgia whatsoever there at all. I mean, he'd be really smart if he sat on it for at least 5 or 10 years just to give it a little bit of a...
The other part of it that made it magical with Michael, other than, yes, the nostalgia, and yes, the COVID, there was nothing else going on to watch, was that Michael was so notoriously private, we didn't get this type of access to Michael. LeBron is everywhere all the time. LeBron is all over social media. You can't get away from LeBron. So if the idea is, I'm going to retire, and then you're going to see a documentary about me, it's going to be live-action Moana. We haven't had enough time to stop thinking about LeBron. It's just going to be continue to shove down our throats.
Exactly.
And I don't think people want that.
I mean, it might have a little nostalgia to it in that LeBron has played for 20 years, and I'm sure that Le Doc will be about more than this year, the way that The Last Dance was about more than just the final season. So there'll be a little bit of that.
And that might be another reason why they ended up with ESPN, because ESPN owns all this
all the
footage already.
Yeah.
Netflix hasn't been around that long, certainly not covering sports that long. So it's just they have the archives built in.
And can turn it into an ESPN propaganda piece,
Absolutely.
too. Question. Let's look at Rich Eisen on his opinion on LeBron James in 2007. A lot of that.
Yeah. Yep, no question.
All right, stay tuned. We'll have more Jacob Ann coming up next. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.